I'm going to show you how to make Scotch eggs. Now, what are Scotch eggs? Well, it's a hard-boiled egg wrapped in sausage, breaded, and then deep fat fried. What's not to love? I first had Scotch eggs at an Irish pub type restaurant in Louisville, Kentucky, and I immediately fell in love. Some general pointers are that I like to use small eggs as opposed to like large or extra large eggs. A lot of people buy large eggs thinking that they're getting more for their money, etc., etc., and they may be, but for making Scotch eggs I like small eggs. If you use anything bigger than that, you tend to end up with an egg that is about the size of a baseball, and I don't like them that big. Another thing that I do differently than a lot of people do is I use crushed corn flakes and breadcrumbs to bread the Scotch eggs, and you can omit the corn flakes if you like, but I think it adds an interesting flavor. Finally, I do the cooking as a two-part process because the last thing I want to do is eat a Scotch egg that has crispy sausage on the outside and then raw sausage next to the egg. So I deep fat fry the eggs in oil, and then I put them on a baking sheet and bake them at 350 for about 15 minutes just to be sure that all the sausage is done. First, you need to peel some eggs, and you need about a half a dozen eggs for a pound of sausage. The next thing to do is divide your sausage into 6 equal parts. I actually have a little bit more than a pound of sausage, so I'm going to do 7 eggs. Then all you need to do is wrap the sausage around the egg. Now we're ready to actually assemble our eggs. In this bowl I have 2 eggs that I've kind of beaten up to serve as a way to get my breading to stick to the sausage. Here I've got some crushed up corn flakes. You can have that or not, but you will need some breadcrumbs, and these are just plain breadcrumbs, and I'm going to put some of this in with my corn flakes and kind of stir it up a little bit, and basically there's not really a fixed amount that you're supposed to use. I just kind of do it until it looks about right. Need a little more here. And then what you do is you take one of your eggs and just make sure there are no holes in the sausage covering. Give it a little padding there. Dip it in your egg mixture. Get it coated but not wet, and then dip it into your breading, and put some over the top. Give it a little bit of a padding to help the stuff stick, and I like to do 2 layers, so I'm going to re-dip in the egg mixture and one more shot in the breading here. And that about does it. You just need to do that with all of your eggs. So the next step is to wait till this oil comes up to 350 degrees. A couple safety things. Do this with a thermometer, and also notice how the handle of this pan is facing that way. I've got little kids here, and it'd be a shame if they were to come by and dump hot oil over them because they ran by and hit the handle. Okay, so now my oil is at the right temperature. I'm going to put an egg into the oil, and just every once in a while give it a little bit of a turn. The purpose of the oil, at least in my book, is not to cook the sausage. It's to get the right color on the outside of the egg and to crisp it up so that it actually has the fried flavor. The actual cooking of the sausage, I'm going to rely on the oven for that. So the color here, I like that color. I don't like to leave them in too long, otherwise they look and taste burnt. And I'm going to move this to a rack that will go into the oven once all of my eggs are fried. My oven is preheated. I'm going to go ahead and put the eggs in. It's at 350, and I'm going to leave these in the oven for 15 minutes. And the purpose of this is to just make sure that the sausage, so here it is, all done. Scotch eggs can be served hot or cold, with gravy, with however you want to do it. It's you know, kind of a typical pub food in England, and I like mine hot. This one's fresh out of the oven, and I'm going to enjoy it here. One thing I forgot to mention is that the sausage I use is a breakfast sausage. You can use Jimmy Dean's or whatever kind of sausage you like. So I just cut them in half, and I've got a little salt, pepper, a little hot sauce. See, the sausage gets done if you bake it. If you just fry it, what tends to happen is the sausage doesn't get done the way you want it. Put a little Coleman's on here. Again, the mustard is key. You gotta have that Coleman's, at least for me. Very good. A little hot sauce. So that's Scotch eggs.